What is up, my friends? Tim Dessaint here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And today's gonna be a great day because we are doing the first collaboration of 2020. It is my pleasure to introduce you, the man, the myth, the legend.
Bro, can you give me a little bit more than just, a snap? Like, maybe something a little bit more like B-roll, something like that?
Bro, you're ruining the flow.
Yeah, but please.
All right.
What is up, guys? Tim Dessaint here. Hope that you guys are having a beautiful day. And in today's video, we're talking about porn. Like that?
Bro, that's not right.
That's
the other channel.
My bad.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm really good.
So we've been meaning to do this collab for a while, actually. We actually met back in July, August, something like that. So I was thinking about what topic could we speak on so that Daniel over here could really bring in the maximum value for you guys and help you out. And I personally think, first of all, he's got a really good style, dresses really well, and he definitely has that more relaxed, oversized vibe to his fits generally. And I think we could definitely speak more on this topic, and you could bring in some good tips for the viewers, man.
No, I appreciate that, especially for the compliments. Definitely, especially for being somebody who goes to the gym and has a bit more, I guess, like a muscular frame to them. I had to really learn how to kind of, I guess, adapt and change my style to still look, I want to say, aesthetically pleasing. Personally myself, I'm not a huge fan of, muscles and tight clothing.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of it. I like to be comfortable in my clothing. So yeah.
So first of all, before we go any deeper into the subject, I think it's important to first define what relaxed and oversized is, because we see those terms like kind of thrown around a lot, right? Like wide fit, relaxed fit, regular fit, oversized. Like, so how can we really differentiate those, and like, how would you define that?
I feel we should first list off the different type of fits.
Yeah.
At least the most common type of fits. So starting on first, we have the skinny fit.
Skinny fit.
Then we go to the slim fit. So the third one is kind of a regular and straight fit. They can kind of play in
I feel like those
with
are kind
each
of the
other.
same, right?
Most of the time, yeah. And then after the regular fit is when I would say we go to more of the relaxed fit.
Yeah.
After the relaxed fit, as far as pants and trousers are concerned, this is when we do enter the realm of wide fit trousers. And then finishing it all off is obviously the oversized fit, which we typically tend to relate that a lot more to the upper body.
Yeah. So I definitely agree. I think there's definitely like that scale where, generally speaking, like relaxed is going to be like a little more relaxed, wider vibe than a straight fit, for example. And then the oversized, generally when an item is going to be labeled as oversized, it's going to tend to be like very large. And I feel like that can either be like very large all over, or sometimes like the designers like intentionally design it to be like oversized in just one specific part of it, right? Kind of like this sweater, actually. Like this sweatshirt, as you can see, it's from Cause. And it's got a pretty like relaxed fit like in the body, and it's a standard length, but the sleeves are actually huge. They're quite oversized, as you can see. Like they're long and they just fit kind of like balloony over here.
Definitely, like again with the drop shoulder, everything like that. But like you said, the bottom of the hem is actually the typical regular length.
Yep. Like for me, like that's how I would define an oversized piece of clothing. Whereas relaxed generally is going to tend to be like relaxed all over. But not to the point of like oversized, and it's, yeah.
Holy shit.
Wait, get up. Oh my God. So Daniel just broke my chair. This is off to a good start. All right, so first of all, I want to rewind back a bit, and for the few people who may not know who you are, kind of tell us a bit about yourself. What do you do? Where are you from?
So I'm Daniel Simmons. I'm from New Zealand, moved over here 3 years ago, and I do men's fashion on YouTube, just like Tim.
Great videos, by the way. You gotta check it out.
Not on your level, bro, but we're getting there.
No.
And pretty much what my style and videos and stuff are about is more showing how I like to style things and how I wear things and kind of like my personal approach into fashion.
Yeah. So like, how did you get into fashion?
So I've always been interested in fashion from like a really young age. Like I've always been aware that what you wear can have an effect on how you see yourself and how you feel, and then also has an effect on how other people can view you. And that's originally what first sparked my interest, because I think it's so crazy that you could go outside now dressed up as like a punk rock band person, and for someone who has never seen you before, that's who they'll think you are.
Yeah.
They won't know anything else about you. That's all they'll know. Well, that's the only thing they've got to go by. So, you know, it's that whole, obviously we shouldn't, you know, judge people, you know, just
based on
how they look. But if that's all you've got, I find it so interesting that you could go out every day dressed completely different and people will have a different perception of you.
What advice could you give to someone who wants to maybe experiment more with oversized clothing, with relaxed fits, and wants to move more into that direction, but maybe they're not comfortable with it yet because they just haven't tried it that much? And what advice would you give? What style tips would you give to them?
So I think the best and safest way that you can start is going towards a t-shirt. One, a t-shirt is just a very affordable way to start. And then also it's quite simple to style.
Would you say this is a more of a relaxed
t-shirt?
Yeah,
definitely. So this item is from COS. You can see, you know, the arms aren't super tight. Again, on me, it is a little bit different due to the size of my body.
Just due to the sheer muscle mass.
But throughout, you can see it is a lot more of a relaxed fit. Now, always my advice, especially when you're getting into a relaxed t-shirt and when you're starting off, is I am a huge fan of tucking in the t-shirt. I feel the tuck can, the tuck can really, when you do go for a more of a relaxed fit, it gives your whole aesthetic a more of a relaxed vibe, obviously. But then when you bring in that tuck, it can just, it shows the intention. It shows that you didn't just randomly put on a top that might be too big.
You didn't just go 2 sizes too big. You went like, this is intentionally a little more relaxed and that's how I want to wear it.
Exactly.
And this is my style.
And then on top of that, it just still brings in that waist. And I feel one of the things that women are really good at is they're aware of their bodies. Women are so aware of their bodies, how items fit them, and also what complements their frame. Because we all have different types of frames. Some of us are broader, some of us are taller, shorter, whatever it could be. And I feel what we as men a lot of the time forget is about our waist as well. Like, and I feel when you bring in the tuck, it just shows where your waist is again. It doesn't make you a square. It just makes in my opinion, the outfit a bit more just aesthetically pleasing.
All right, so number one, start with the t-shirt. And then how would you go about leg wear, trousers?
So leg wear is one I would define is not normally oversized. It's just slim, straight, regular, wide. Obviously, certain designers, you know, they can have ballooned legs. So oversized legs, things like that. But I think if you are transitioning from whether it be a skinny or a straight leg trouser, is to opt for either a relaxed trouser when you're starting off or potentially a straight wide leg trouser. So the item will still fit you straight. It's not going to be ballooning out or anything, but it will have more of a wider fit to it and a really nice flow. Now, when it does come to the trousers, I personally always recommend people to go for a little bit more of a high-waisted trouser. This way you get to kind of like lengthen out the legs a little bit more and they're not getting as lost. Again, if you tuck in the t-shirt as well, it'll create a really nice flow to the whole entire outfit. It's also important, in my opinion, to not have the bottom of the leg hem, you know, just super baggy and stacking on top of the shoes. Like, don't get me wrong, that can look great with some fits, but when you're starting off, I still feel it's important to either have it cut off at about that ankle length, or you can still actually go for a cropped pair of wide trousers. So
what I'm getting here is that if you're going for a wider, more relaxed fit, since it's more wide on the bottom, you want to elongate your legs so that it doesn't shorten you too much, since it's already going to be so wide and heavy on the bottom.
Exactly.
You kind of want to bring it back up top a bit.
Exactly, and on top of that, I'm definitely a sucker for that whole kind of like 60s vibe. Of even if you look at, you know, people like Harry Styles right now, that high-waisted is in.
I feel like it's coming back.
Yeah, right? And in my opinion, it looks great. Now, also what you can do is if you're still a bit on the edge about, let's say, wide leg trousers, you can opt for a pair that do have a taper in. So trousers come in so many different shapes now, where you can go for a pair that do, you know, taper in towards the ankle as well to give you a little bit more of that aesthetic.
So we have the t-shirt tuck. We have the wider pants, the wider trousers with a little bit more of a high waist to elongate the leg. But now let's go into the actual outfit building. So when you want to build that outfit, how do you go about it? How do you think about it? Like, do you go relaxed all over, top to bottom? Do you go just one half, not the other? How do you think about that?
So I definitely believe this is where it does come to personal preference and also where you're going. So for example, if I'm going to the airport, something like that, I want to be in something relaxed,
cozy,
all over, cozy, relaxed, all over, because I want to have a comfortable flight.
Sure.
I'm not really going for aesthetics so much there, but yeah, just, you know, a cozy, big, oversized hoodie and pants, like something I could just wrap up in. However, let's say I'm going to dinner, you know, got a hot date, something like that. Your girl called me up. I'm just playing.
He went there. He went there. There you go. That's what I do to people who talk about my girl.
Can I come back? I promise, I'll be good. Yeah, my bad.
You can go back to your point now.
My point is, don't tell him. No, okay. Yeah, so you know, you're going to dinner, got a hot date.
Yep.
This is when I would then want to have a bit more balance.
Yeah.
Now your balance can be done for myself. It would be a wider fit pair of trousers, high-waisted, but then let's say I'm wearing a turtleneck. I would like this to be a regular fitting turtleneck, not obviously something super tight, exactly how a turtleneck should fit.
Yeah, like a standard.
Yeah, standard regular one. Again, for myself, I would tuck it in, but what this will do is it shows the intention of the outfit. It'll show that, you know, you planned to have wide leg trousers, you tucked in the turtleneck, and there's still a nice kind of like shape to it.
So would you say that the more relaxed nature of an outfit is going to affect your choice of colors or patterns maybe? Or is that two independent things?
I'd almost go as far as saying it is two independent things. However, with that being said, if I am wearing, let's say, some black wide leg trousers, I personally will not wear a black t-shirt with it or a black turtleneck, just because I feel then the outfit blends together too much and it can kind of lose, in my opinion, the purpose. This is when, once again, I would like to add a bit of that contrast. Let's say black trousers, a white t-shirt, and then I might add, you know, a black jacket or something over, just because I want to show where the wideness starts. I want to show where the high-waisted starts.
So you want to show the intentionality behind the outfit.
I don't want it to get just kind of like lost in it and it just looks like it blends together. So you don't know where the pants start or finish.
And I think that's it with like whatever outfit you're going for, really, like intentionality behind what you're wearing. I personally don't think there's like strict rules, like hard rules of like, this is a strict no, you cannot wear that. No. I think 99% of things like you can get away with. It just really depends on like how you pull it off, like what your style is, and like how intentional you're with it.
Exactly. And even I think one of the biggest things we forget to do when we do put together an outfit and when we look at our outfit is, when you look at the outfit in front of the mirror, the biggest question you got to ask yourself is, do you like it? Because if 100%. You like it, that's what matters. If you like black trousers and a black top, do it. Don't not do it because you've heard someone say it shouldn't be done. Anytime I look in front of the mirror, and it even does happen to me sometimes, I think about more of the, you know, the rules opposed to my own personal opinion. And I think it's, like I said, I just think it's important.
Yeah. And sometimes I almost feel like it can actually enhance the outfit to slightly break the rules, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like one would say, yeah, don't wear, I don't know, black with navy, for example, or black with brown, or don't contrast the leathers. Make sure like your leathers are the same color. I've actually seen like outfits like where people have pulled off like black leather belt with brown boots and like have managed to pull it off really well.
Yeah, exactly. Even on a more of an extreme of that, I've seen people wear blazers, like a suit jacket with joggers. Which it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like in theory, and if you read like the thousands of menswear blogs out there, one would tell you like you cannot do that. It just doesn't work.
There was a phase, a trend, I don't know if it is still a trend, but where women would wear kind of like a blazer with, you know, the biking shorts, those kind of spandex.
The biker shorts, like kind of the long,
And, you know, some people don't like it, some people do.
But in the end, you gotta wear what you like.
Yeah, and it's about trying new things. I think when you can start to look at fashion as there are no rules, it just gives you, it frees you up because you don't second really guess yourself.
Yeah.
And it just gives you a chance to experiment. Like, it's okay not to like someone's outfit, but I feel you shouldn't like someone's outfit based on how something should typically be styled.
I totally agree. So I actually want to go in a slightly different direction here, which I think is going to be interesting to hear your take on it. Like, how do you think your height or your body shape affects your ability to wear relaxed clothing?
So I myself am 5'11", so still a roughly average height. Like, it's not tall by any means. And what I would say is, so I think height for males, and we've talked about this in the past, we've definitely spoken about this. Height for males is seen as something you should almost aspire to.
Yeah, you
like,
should strive for, like,
tall,
strive to
dark,
be taller
and handsome is what the stereotype is what a girl looks for in a man. And the taller you are does not make you more of a man. So I just want to first say that point. Now, again, like you, I get asked a lot of the times. For example, one of the biggest questions is with an overcoat that I get is, hey, I'm on the shorter side. Can I still wear, you know, a big overcoat? And my answer is always 100% yes.
1000%.
If you look at women who are typically shorter than men, they wear big oversized overcoats and it looks amazing on them because they're not trying to so much live up to this height. I feel you can get so much inspiration from women's fashion. If you're a guy on the shorter side, look at what females are wearing. Look on the shorter females, things like that. Now, with all that being said, there are some things you can do to preserve your height if you're wanting to. And this is why before I mentioned high-waisted trousers, because what this is going to do is it's going to effectively elongate your legs because you're pulling your pants up quite a bit more, so you can still add a little bit of that height if you'd like. And then on top of that, if you're wearing some boots or something, the things that I would say you want to be careful of if you are on the shorter side is having an oversized t-shirt that does kind of like fall quite a bit below, almost like long. The crotch area. If you are going on the more relaxed tailoring side and you're on the shorter side, I would always strongly recommend tucking in the t-shirt or adding, even if it's a French tuck, it doesn't have to be fully tucked in, it can be quite casual, but it'll show you people where your waist height is, so you can still get that overall aesthetic. But guys, if you are on the shorter side, 100% you can still pull it off. It's just about choosing the right garment. With Tim's sweatshirt, it is designed to be an oversized, relaxed fit, yet the bottom of the hem is still regular length. So it's not gonna make you look any shorter in lengthwise. Yeah,
and you can definitely pull it off. I mean, like, that's a question I get often, right? Like, I love wearing overcoats personally, and I'm a short guy, so I always get questions on my DMs and stuff like that. Like, how do you style an overcoat? Like, how do you pull it off so well when you're short? And that's one thing. I think, of course, there are certain things that kind of quote unquote can make you appear taller, which arguably is not even necessarily a good thing. Like, even if you from visually, like from afar, you appear slightly taller, like in the end you're the same height, you know what I mean? Unless you're wearing like 7-inch heel boots or something, like you're gonna be the same height. And yes, there are things you can do to like make the proportions be more aesthetically pleasing and that sort of stuff, and I'm all for it. But in the end, if you're a short guy and you love the look of overcoats and you love the look of long garments or something that's oversized, like 100%, like wear that. Like 100%. You gotta wear like whatever makes you feel the best, whatever makes you feel happy and confident. You know what I mean?
That's it. It's when you're getting dressed, looking in the mirror, do you like what you see? Do you like the outfit? Do you like how it looks? And if the answer is yes, then none of these rules, none of anything matters. It just it doesn't
like
matter.
Forget what society tells you to wear. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, if you love what you're wearing, I think that's all that matters. And
100%.
So I think this is a pretty good point to wrap it up, actually. And now that we have all that theory, let's put some of it into action and put some outfits together, man.
Sounds good.
Let's go. that was a windy day.
Oh, it's so windy. Then I'm pretty sure your facial hair just blew onto me as well.
I think we just aged a little bit there in a couple of hours. Yeah. But before we wrap it up, can you give us maybe some parting advice for people who want to experiment a little bit more with relaxed and oversized clothing, but maybe they're still a little bit afraid to step out of their comfort zone?
Yeah, bro, definitely. So like my other little bit of advice would be, if you've got someone who's going from slim clothing, just be aware that you are gonna feel kind of like different at first because you're just not going to be used to it. So that t-shirt might feel a little bit, bigger than it actually is. And so you might create it to be a little bit bigger in your head. Same as if you're going from very like slim to skinny jeans to maybe even just more on the relaxed side, to you it will feel a little bit different at first. So just give yourself some time, give yourself a few weeks to kind of just adapt to the new fit of the clothing.
And keep an open mind, because it's gonna feel weird at first, but
100%.
You gotta give it a shot. And if you're just getting into this style of clothing, look at people who maybe already have a style that you would like to adopt, like Daniel Simmons, for example, or maybe other people you might follow on Instagram. Maybe me. Look at what they're doing and kind of try to emulate that at first. See what they wear, see what you like, what you don't like, and try to get inspired from that.
100%.
And question of the day, what is your current favorite piece of clothing?
Definitely without a doubt, it's going to be the Zara coat that you guys actually saw on Body as well. Really nice oversized coat. An amazing affordable price. It was £50, women's, in the women's section. So guys, don't be afraid, especially for like oversized coats and jackets. Women's wear is definitely ahead of men's wear, for those kind of like high street stores. So yeah, that's 100% my favorite piece right now.
That is a beautiful piece for sure, man.
Bro, thank you. What about you actually? I know that was a question for me, but what about you?
Ooh, my favorite piece. Well, if I'm just, because you just talked about coats, I think I was gifted recently an overcoat from Dessaint. That it fits pretty oversized. It's got a nice check pattern to it.
Tonal.
And really love it right now. I want to wear it like every day.
No, it's sick.
And where can people find you, man?
So on YouTube, it's just Daniel Simmons, and then Instagram is @I'm Daniel Simmons, because unfortunately, I was not blessed like Tim, and my name was already taken.
Didn't have the handle.
Didn't have the handle.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a like, consider subscribing if you're new here, and let me know who you would like to see me collab with next. I wish you an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Keep dressing well, and I'll see you fellas next time.
Holy shit.
You could just make a whole video on bloopers. Like,
this is off to a good start.
Yeah, let's just I need a drink. I really had to fuck. I really had to learn how to